Who knew?
Traveling in Kentucky could be so much fun.
Hosted by Mary Engel and Justin Beaton.
We're so glad you could join us for Southern Lights. We hope you enjoy the show. Go to YouTube or Facebook, watch the show, tell us what you like about it, share it, and you will be in a drawing for one of 4 tickets. Good luck to all of you out there. Merry Christmas. Hi, I'm glad you guys could join us tonight with Who Knew? Traveling Kentucky could be so much fun. We're standing here with Laura Plum. And she works with the Kentucky Horse Park, all about Southern Lights.
That's right.
Hi, glad to meet you.
It's so nice to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Tell us a little bit about Southern Lights.
Well, Southern Lights, this is our 23rd year of Southern Lights. It is been just a family tradition for families from throughout Kentucky for all that time. It is a beautiful driving display here at the Kentucky Horse Park. It features holiday lights, but also some very special lights that feature our horse industry and the horses that the Kentucky Horse Park is all about.
And that's awesome. I noticed the Secretariat's here. That's one of my favorite horses.
We have a Secretariat statue. We have Man of War's statue outside, which actually just got refurbished. It's beautiful. And then we have many, many famous horses that live here on the Kentucky Horse Park as well.
Yes. So can you tell us a little bit more about the Southern Lights? How many visitors do you guys get every year?
We get about 120,000 visitors a year. About 30,000 cars drive through here every year just to see the lights. And that's just for the lights, not the rest of the park.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. And you say it's been going on for how long now?
This is our 23rd year of Southern Lights. So we have now grandparents bringing back their grandchildren when they brought their children 10 or 15 years, 20 years ago, and now they're coming back with their grandchildren. So.
Awesome. And besides the drive through the park, which is really awesome, there's music too as they drive through.
There is. As you come in, you can tune your radio station to 89.5. That's our own station here on the park. You get special music and messages just about Southern Lights as you drive through. And then at the end of it, there is a whole nother inside portion of Southern Lights that you can enjoy afterwards.
Tell us a little bit about the inside portion.
Sure. So once you park in the parking lot, you just walk in through the gates that say Kentucky Horse Park all lit up. And we have craft vendors. We have our gift shop open every night. Santa Claus is here every single night except for Thanksgiving night until December 23rd, and then he has to go deliver his presents on December 24th, so that's his last night. We have an exotic petting zoo, camel rides, pony rides, miniature trains, part of the museum's open, so lots and lots and lots to do.
So there's lots of activities for everybody. And what's the charge?
It is $15 a carload on Monday through Thursday night, so everybody in the vehicle gets in. It's $25 on Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. Again, everybody in the vehicle. And then if you have a larger vehicle like an extended van or a bus or an RV or a limo or any of those things, we have different pricing for those vehicles.
I want the limo.
That's a fun way to do it.
So when you start, you go into which gate? Because there's 2 gates at Kentucky Horse Park.
There are. You need to enter for Southern Lights the campground entrance. If you enter the main park entrance, they will turn you around. So go in the campground entrance. Once you go in that entrance, it's about a 3 to 4 mile drive through the lights. You drive through the campground and you actually don't pay till you get to the end of the campground where we have some gates set up where you pay. So.
Awesome. And so they've changed that around a little bit because the years before you paid as you entered.
You did, but we have such a large following, and especially on weekends, that we cannot be blocking I-75. So we pulled the gate entrance in to let more people get into the park. So the first little bit of it you'll get to see before you even have to pay, and then all of our special lights are after the payment booth.
Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Give us a little idea of what kind of Christmas displays you have out here on the Kentucky Horse Park and about how many miles.
The driving display is 3 to 4 miles. For the holiday displays, we have just kind of a little bit of everything. There's Santa, there's penguins, there's elves, there's snowmen. You name it, we have it somewhere on that display.
So I think last year when I went through, because I've been through several years, but I think last year when I went through, you have the 12 Days of Christmas?
We do. We have giant 12 Days of Christmas. We have big marching toy soldiers and Santa's Village and just Santa in a limo and all kinds of funny things.
Again, there's that limo.
That's our limo again.
Who knew there'd be a limo? Okay, so Once they get through with that, they can park at the visitor center, correct?
Correct.
And then they come into the visitor center, which has the big Kentucky Horse Park above the door. It's all well lit up.
All lit up at night, yes.
And then they can come in here and enjoy the activities because we are presently in the visitor center.
We are, and those activities are included in the ticket price. There's no additional charge unless, of course, you want to buy food or beverage. The camel rides are $5 and the pony rides are $5. The petting zoo's free, but you have the opportunity to buy food if you want to feed the animals, but it's free to go visit. The miniature trains are all part included, and Santa Claus is included, but you can pay to take a picture if you would like.
Awesome. So you have a souvenir to take home with you.
That's right.
Now you have a gift shop here as well.
We do. We have the Kentucky Horse Park gift shop, which has all kinds of holiday items, but also our Kentucky Horse Park logo items that are here all year round, and it's got some great souvenirs and Christmas presents as well.
And when we walked in, we were met by a lovely lady behind the desk who asked if you want to take a tour. So tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. All through the year, Kentucky Horse Park is open for tours. We're currently in our winter time, which means that between the beginning of November and the middle of March, it's a reduced price. It's $12 per adult to go through the park. There are less activities. A lot of the horses have been let out for the winter, so there aren't as many horses up in the center of the park, but there are definitely some. And our wonderful International Museum of the Horse is open, and it is a Smithsonian affiliate, and you can spend hours in there, and that's a great winter activity.
And that's awesome. You also have, I think, the equestrian games were held here.
They were in 2010,
Yes.
that's right.
Which drew a big crowd.
Huge crowd.
And the building that they built just for the equestrian games, what do they do there now?
They have several of the buildings, actually. There was the Rolex Stadium, which is an outdoor stadium, and then there was the All-Tech Arena, which is an indoor stadium that seats about 5,000 people. It is used all year round for everything from, actually, there's a rodeo going on here this weekend. They have the state wrestling match in there. They have state cheerleading competitions in there in the winter. They have concerts, they have horse shows, so it's just busy all year round, and it's out of the weather.
And let's say if you wanted to, let's say, bring a cheerleading group out, who do you contact?
If you just contact the Horse Park's main line, they'll put you in touch with the events department, and they can tell you all about planning anything from a wedding to a graduation to a horse show out here.
Or do you have any inside tips about going through the Southern Lights?
I do. I have some good ones. If you're coming from out of town especially, and if you can come on a Monday through Thursday night, I would suggest you do that for two reasons. There's not as many lines, so you'll have much more time with all of our exhibits inside. And it's only $15 on Mondays through Thursdays, so it's a lot cheaper and less lines. So that's my first inside tip. Also, the earlier in the season you come, instead of closer to Christmas, the less lines there'll be. That last week before Christmas, there are going to be very long lines, and everyone listening should expect to wait in a very long line if you wait until that week to come. And then my last tip is that even if you come closer to Christmas, come as soon as the gates open. So if you can be here at 5:30 p.m. when the gates open, you'll have less line and you'll have more time to enjoy yourself.
That's awesome. Those are great insider tips, aren't they, Justin? I always like less lines. Less wait time.
Exactly.
If they chose, though, to come on a weekend, is the price different?
It is. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, it's $25 a carload. So we still try and keep this as reasonable as we can. I don't know that there's many other things in Kentucky you can do for an entire family. Whole carload people for $25. So that's really what we try and make it family friendly so everybody can enjoy it.
You know what I think about when I think of a full carload? Is the little clowns that's in the little
Exactly. We're not going to count. It's okay.
So there you go, guys. They're not counting how many gets in or how many goes out. As they drive through, you ask them to keep going too. Is that a little insider tip?
It is. It is. It's unfortunately because the lines are long. It will be pretty slow moving on busy nights. So we do ask all the cars to keep moving. Keep your headlights on. That's very important. We don't want to have any accidents out there. You can still see the lights. It doesn't affect the lights at all. And please don't stop on the side of the road to take pictures because that will back up the traffic. And we don't want to spoil anybody's Christmas with honks and angry yells.
About how long does it take somebody to go through the whole thing?
If it's not a busy night, it would probably take about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to go from the start to the finish, because it's only 3 or 4 miles, and that's still going slow and enjoying yourselves. On a busy night, if you come one of those last nights and you don't listen and don't come early, it may take you several hours to even get to the ticket gate. So it can be very busy on our closer to Christmas time.
Yeah, I have been here when the line has been like down to the exit ramp, yes,
Exactly.
to the interstate. So I understand why the state gets a little upset. And there are also a lot of officers out there that helps direct
We do. We have police out here on the busy weekends doing all the traffic control for us, making sure everybody's safe.
Ask her about a website where they can find information about it.
Do you have a website?
We do. You can find us at southernlightsky.org. So it's southernlightsky.org. And that has all of our prices. There's a frequently asked questions section, all the things about Santa Claus, and so it should give you all the information you might need to know, plus directions.
That's very important. And can they get GPS directions?
They can, but we caution you that in the past, and we have worked very hard with Apple and others to fix this, it will send you to our neighbor's farm, and he does not really want people driving through his fields with his cattle and his crops.
That's a good thing to know.
If you put in the Kentucky Horse Park campground, not the Kentucky Horse Park, because it is the campground entrance that you use, and that would get you to the right place.
Tell us a little bit about your campground. I know this is our Christmas special and it's Southern Lights, but, you know, the lights. But tell us a little bit about the campground.
We have a fabulous campground here. I don't know if either of you are campers, but it is one of the best campgrounds.
We both are. Aren't we, Justin?
It's one of the best campgrounds in the state, I think. And so it's a well-kept secret. But there is everything from in the summertime, a swimming pool with lifeguards. There's basketball courts. There's a game room. There's a great campground store. We have improved sites with electric, and then we have primitive camping also with electric, but maybe not with the running water that the improved sites have. And then we have really primitive camping, which is big open fields where you can go pitch your tent. They're a little further to the bathhouses from there, but they're fabulous places to camp. And the good thing is you're right here at the park, so you can enjoy all the park has to offer while you're camping in a beautiful setting.
Yes, I agree. I have been to the Kentucky Horse Park a number of times. My insider tip for anybody who's going, if you are planning a trip to Kentucky Horse Park, because it is a well-kept secret. However, there are a lot of people that know about it as well, and you usually have to book a couple of weeks in advance.
Absolutely, and especially if it's a holiday weekend. So things like Halloween, those are booked out a year in advance. They'd be like 1 year in advance. They open the booking for the weekend, and they're sold out a lot of times. So holidays, Halloween, Easter, 4th of July, Memorial, and Labor Day, they do sell out pretty early. Make sure you call early for those weekends.
Ask her about the Bluegrass Festival.
I was just about to say that.
Good for you.
Ask her that.
The Bluegrass Festival they have every year.
Could you tell us about the Bluegrass Festival? But Mary's not there.
We clip and cut.
A lot.
We are so excited to be able to offer you guys the chance to go to Southern Lights. We have 4 tickets available for use. They're good from Monday through Thursday, and they're good up until December the 31st. We want you guys to watch the show, go on to Facebook, watch the show, share the show, and tell us what you like best about this particular program, Southern Lights. We want to wish you a lot of luck, and we are so excited that you have the opportunity to win tickets to take your family or loved ones. Children love it. My grandchildren have absolutely loved Southern Lights this year and last year. It's a family tradition that you can start with your family and show them the love and the lights of Christmas. So 4 free tickets. Remember, go on to Facebook, watch the program, share the program, and tell us what you like best about the Southern Lights show. And we wish you all a Merry Christmas, and we hope you continue to support the show. Help us get the word out there. This is our little way of saying thank you and Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. Again, just in case you didn't catch it the first time, we want you to watch the program, share it on Facebook, and make a comment about what your favorite part about the show was. We also have a website. It's www.whoknewproduction.com. We have other movies posted there of traveling Kentucky. You can go and watch at your convenience. We also would like to thank Kentucky Horse Park and Southern Lights for giving us the opportunity to come out and view their special attraction, and for providing us with these special tickets for you, our viewers. We hope you enjoy Southern Lights as much as we did. Watch Facebook Live Monday, tomorrow, to see who is the 4 lucky winners of the tickets that we have for Southern Lights. Again, watch tomorrow for the live drawing on Facebook for those who win the tickets. We will do a live drawing. We'll pull everybody's name out that has watched, shared, and commented. Good luck! Stay tuned. There's much more to come.
For starting this whole thing up, right?
That's correct, I did. And a friend that helped me, Linda Morgan. We both started it together.
How did you all go about naming the light show Southern Lights?
When we got this light show, decided we were going to do this and got it underway and all this kind of stuff, my thing was I kept saying, I don't want to be called Holiday of the Light Show. I don't want it to be Festival of Lights. I don't want it to be any kind of name that is associated with everybody else's show. So the lady, Linda, who helped start this with me, worked for the Lexington Herald Leader. And so I told her, and she said, well, why don't you let me roll this by our some department at the newspaper and see what kind of names they come up with. And let's do a little contest and see if somebody comes up with names. Well, the rule was no Festival of Lights, no Holiday of Lights, or anything like this. So through the process, Southern Lights evolved. And then we put a committee together and everybody looked at it. This is it, Southern Lights.
How did the whole Southern Lights concept come about to you all?
Well, actually, it's sort of an involved process, but not really. And after a meeting at the horse park, several of us on the foundation board were just standing around talking and thinking, you know, it's a shame that there's nothing that goes on at the horse park during the winter. Now you have to realize we're talking about 23 years ago, and there really was not anything much that went on at the horse park. The next step is, I was equine chairman of the Lexington Arts fundraiser. And I get up to make my report, and I say I'm Linda Green, and I'm making my report. Well, after the meeting was over, this woman walked up to me and she said, well, I wanted to meet Linda Green. She said, my maiden name was Linda Green. You know, so we just chatted and started talking with each other at every meeting. So, and she told me she worked for the Lexington Herald Leader. So, anyway, the last meeting was in January, the fundraising was over and all this kind of stuff. And she walked up to me and she said, what's your next project? Because I always had been doing projects for whatever. And I said, well, you're not going to believe what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking I would like to do a light show at the Kentucky Horse Park. And she looked at me and she says, oh my gosh. She went back, Lewis Owens was publisher of the newspaper at that time. And she walked into him and she said, Lewis, she said, you're not going to believe what they're thinking they'd like to do at the horse park. And so she told him, she said, Linda Green would like to do a light show out there. Well, my phone rang a little bit later, and it was Linda Morgan, and she said, Linda, she said, Lewis Owens said, if you want to do a light show at the Kentucky Horse Park during the winter, he and the newspaper are behind you 100%.
Merry Christmas and a holly jolly cheer. Here are just a few of the sights and sounds you will see while you visit the Kentucky Horse Park. We hope you enjoy. You're fine. We like these bloopers. We put them at the end.
There you go.
It's a lot of me on there.
You the blooper section, yeah, okay, all right.
How did you all go about naming the park?
The show, the light show. Okay, so do you
Do it
want me
again.
to?
Say it one. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Linda, one more time. He gets so nervous, bless his
I
heart.
know, I'm not good at this now.
We're weaning him slowly. All right. 3, 2. All right.
Okay, Laura. Shit, I don't know what to say.
Remember, Laura, do you have any inside tips?
Oh.
Okay.
From us to you, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a blessed holiday. Be safe, love one another, and prosper. God bless each and every one of you. And Merry Christmas!
Well, I think we finally covered it. What do you think? Anything.
Oh, what?
This is our ending, okay? This is our wrap,
Okay.
okay?
Oh, sorry. I made it.
Okay. Just say, I believe that covers it all, folks. You start out.
So you want me to start?
Yeah, say, I believe that covers it all, folks.
So me look in that camera
Yes.
and say,
So I want you to look right there and say those words to that camera.
I believe we covered it all, folks.
And I believe this is a wrap. Hey! Oh my God! That's our ending. Or do you want to do a different